Hi all, my name's Zach Brigman, Senior Product Marketing Manager here at Commvault, and I have the pleasure of being joined by Vice President of Security Services of Metallic, Steve Preston. In this session, we're focusing on the hot button topic of ransomware, specifically how bad actors are evolving to exploit and monetize business data in new ways. We'll focus on new ransomware motives, the need for modern threat detection, in addition to best-in-class recovery, and how new innovations from Commvault are empowering our customers to protect their crown jewels, their data, earlier. Security is, and has always been, top of mind for Commvault, and is a consistent driving force in the investments we make in our platforms and the services that we deliver to our customers. That's why it's no surprise that since Metallic's inception 3 short years ago, we've consistently delivered unique and differentiated capabilities that chiefly serve to improve the overall security posture of our customers at large. First, we understood that attackers were getting smarter. Cloud backups alone were not enough, and that customers needed an extra layer of ransomware protection. So we introduced Metallic Recovery Reserve, formerly known as Metallic Cloud Storage Service. It delivers a virtually air-gapped cloud storage target, which isolates customer data in a separate security domain outside of environments for an additional layer of ransomware protection. Then, we focus on Active Directory. We know Active Directory plays a role in almost every ransomware attack, over 90% to be exact. Why? Well, it offers bad actors a safe haven to manipulate users, permissions, and access to propagate their attack. Knowing this, we introduce free Active Directory backup for Microsoft and Azure AD with every Metallic service. It enables our customers to protect and recover one of their most critical applications. Next, we turned our attention to agencies and government contractors who need to protect their data while meeting sensitive, stringent security standards in the cloud. We launched our Metallic Government Cloud offering, becoming the only DMAS vendor in our space to achieve FedRAMP High status. Only Metallic meets 421 mandated security controls and FedRAMP protocols, capable of meeting the US government's most stringent security standards in the cloud. And we didn't stop there. We integrated some of those same capabilities into our commercial offering as well. Knowing that data protection plays an interconnected role in a business's overall multi-layered security strategy, we expanded our partner ecosystems for the inclusion of Metallic by Managed Security Service Providers, or MSSPs. These partnerships enable Metallic to be delivered as a managed service alongside other critical monitoring, management, and security services. And recently, we understood that backup and IT admins needed better tools to keep up with evolving attacks and make more sound recovery decisions. So we launched Security IQ. It delivers advanced tools and insights to help our customers quickly bolster their security posture, monitor abnormal behaviors and events in datasets, and rapidly recover data to pre-ransomware states. Which brings us to our latest innovation, Metallic ThreatWise. As ransomware threats grow in sophistication, customers need more robust capabilities to get their data safe from advanced zero-day threats. With ThreatWise, Commvault software and Metallic SaaS solutions get patented cyber deception for early warning into ransomware attack, as we stand to redefine data protection with unique capabilities to spot threats sooner, before they compromise your data. And now, I'll turn the floor over to Steve Preston, who's going to overview how ransomware is evolving, the need for early warning, and how ThreatWise stands apart.
Thanks, Zach. You know, you're right about ransomware. It really has evolved a lot over the years. But let's start by talking about what happens before the attacker actually gets to your data. Look, attackers are going to get into your network. They're going to exploit a vulnerability you haven't patched. Or they'll just phish, they'll take someone's credentials and get into the network. And once they get in with your credentials, they'll steal admin credentials and move quietly through the network and learn all they need to learn and know about your environment to get your data very quickly. That window is very tight, maybe an hour, 2 hours. They have the playbook. Some of the details have changed. Their techniques keep getting better. But when you really step back, you'll see that the playbook itself hasn't changed that much. What has changed is how the attackers approach your data once they get in. Today, they go into your network and assume going in that you can recover your data. They don't just go after your production data, they look for your backup environment so they can exploit those systems and take away your ability to recover. Yeah, they'll still encrypt your data, but you know what they do first? They'll exfiltrate it. then they'll encrypt it, then you'll get the ransom note saying that we know you have backup and recovery ability, and so we've exfiltrated your data. And if you don't comply with our demands, here are the things we're going to do. They'll steal it, they'll leak it, they'll do whatever they have to do to disrupt your business. And this is the norm. This happens in a large majority of the attacks today. So if you're unprepared for this scenario and you get attacked today, it's very likely that your data will get exfiltrated and you'll be extorted. Now, sure, you have the ability to recover your data and resume business operations as usual, but your business will suffer the loss from this type of attack. This is where ThreatWise comes in. ThreatWise is an early warning system for advanced attacks. It's lightweight, it's fast, and it's an easy-to-use SaaS solution that leverages advanced deception technology to expose zero-day malware or even the stealthiest attackers before they can get to your data. This is integrated technology that brings data protection to a whole new level, and here's how it works. There are very few guarantees in IT or cybersecurity. You don't hear 100% thrown around very much because there's no such thing. But I can tell you this, if you don't have deception in your environment, it's 100% certain that all of your assets are real. Look, once an attacker gets into the network and they get a foothold, it's a very low risk endeavor for them. All they have to do is lay low and learn about your network. Now, ThreatWise changes that equation. Now imagine an attacker is in your network. They're performing recon and they're behaving in a way that is not anomalous. It doesn't appear to be. It seems normal. Routers, switches, and printers that they discover, cameras, controllers, they could be fake assets without them knowing. If an attacker finds it, they'll access it, they'll explore it. They might even add a file or alter it. And while they're doing that, they have no idea that they're being duped into giving away their location and their tradecraft. If you want to tilt the odds more in your favor as a defender, just deploy more sensors. Make it more likely that an attacker will step into one of these traps than access a real asset. That's what our customers do. They hide in a crowd. They use sensors to buy themselves time, right? To detect attackers early and contain them before they can actually get to the crown jewels. Think of ThreatWise as a safety net for your security team. It's really well suited for IT because it's light, it's fast, and it doesn't interfere with what's already in the environment from a security standpoint. It's complementary to those conventional security tools. It detects techniques that can't normally be seen with traditional tools, and does all of this while collecting no data, installing no agents on any endpoints, and consuming minimal requirements. It's a very lightweight, non-disruptive tool that actually helps security work better.
Yeah, Steve, and you mentioned our customers specifically hiding in a crowd, right? And we heard from one of our customers, Tony, at Land O'Lakes, who said, once any of our decoys are accessed or probed in a way, one centralized console alerts us so we know to start investigating the source of that activity. Can you elaborate a little bit more on what he means?
Yeah, sure. You want to hear a funny story about that quote? It's kind of funny. Okay, so Wall Street Journal reached out to us, and as typical and with an article like that, we had really short turn, like less than 24 hours to get an interview because they're writing a whole article on this kind of technology. Now, you'd think that CISOs would be really hard to get. We got 6 of them within 24 hours to raise their hands and say they would testify about this technology. That's how enthusiastic they are about it. So I love that story. So now let me get back to Tony's quote. The reason he said that about ThreatWise is that this technology exists kind of in a shadow network. None of these assets can be seen by legitimate business people or legitimate business systems. They don't see them, they don't interact with them. So if there's an interaction with one of these systems, these fake systems, or one of these sensors, it's an incident, and they use it as, call it their tip of the spear. It's a high priority item that they know that they have to respond to.
That's awesome.
It is awesome, but don't take our word for it. Just go to our website. If you're interested in a free trial, register a free trial. We'll get you started right away. And you can actually see this technology in action in your environment and see the value.
Thank you, Steve. And thank you all for joining us today.